Hello everyone, welcome to this video on my channel, and in today's video I will be previewing the Italy vs England Nations League game coming up this Friday, taking place at the San Siro. So this is going to be an interesting game. England can't afford to lose. As for Italy, a draw almost guarantees them survival. But I was supposed to have a guest on today, but timings didn't go conveniently for each other, so I'm doing this on my own for now. So yeah, just trying to get the stream out for the time being. Also trying to see if there's a way if I can update the thumbnail. Okay, for now I'll just talk about the game, and so I'm going to go through. What am I going to go through? I'm going to go through the squads, and I'm going to go with I'm going to preview the game and give you my lineup, and then give it my score prediction. And you're welcome to say whatever you like in the chat. So let's start up by getting into the squads. We'll go with Italy first, as they are the home team. Just get that up right now. So Italy have gone with a stronger squad, a more experienced side compared to last summer when they were playing in the youngsters. Don't know if that's showing up on yeah, I'll just refresh the page a sec, but in fact I might have to just press on all of these just to make sure. But right, here we are. It's in there. Oh, let's just the interesting thing for me is, well, more people in general is Donnarumma going to get booed last time, like he did last time against Spain in the Nations League? And I mean that did have an effect on Italy's loss in that game against Spain. Big reason the game against in the Cup qualifiers in Rome because of that booing. Yeah, the screen should load up pretty soon. But with all these goalkeepers, you would expect Donnarumma to start. I'll see if there's anybody in the chat whilst. So I'll just let this continue for now, and I think we're getting back. Last time we did this, it was more familiar names compared to what there was in the summer. Bonucci's back. There's Di Lorenzo here, Emerson, and a few others like Toloi and Bastoni. It's gonna be, of course, they didn't have the best performance against Argentina, but I think defense that won't be get past. You look in the sun, where there's Verratti, Barella, Jorginho, Pellegrini. I don't know if that's the same Pellegrini that played in the Nations League during the summer, or if he's a regular that was in the squad, but and Cristiani too, good player. And up front, Scamacca has come in. He's been a big prospect of in terms of a good attacker, of course, an impactful signing for West Ham. Let's see how he does this season, but a step up to Belotti, and as we I imagine Samak is going to be playing. Immobile does struggle quite often. It's a good side, but England could take confidence, but they shouldn't underestimate this side at all. Now let's go to the England squad, where 28 players were called. Standard 3 goalkeepers that you'd expect after John Pickford got injured. You got 4 right backs in there, 2 left backs, and I'm surprised, sort of a little surprised to see Luke Shaw, but I'm not complaining too much. But what I am complaining about is the inclusion of Mark Guy. He was terrible against Hungary. He was disgraceful, and maybe I shouldn't be surprised, but I didn't expect to see Eric Dyer called up. But then again, maybe I'm just not used to seeing him. Tomori's there too, as is Maguire, who hasn't played very much recently, but not surprised he's been called up, seeing as Southgate did hint that he'd be there. And midfield, you got Jude Bellingham, Declan Rice, James Ward-Prowse, wouldn't have picked him. Jordan Henderson is now coming for Calvin Phillips after he got injured. Phil Foden's there as well. I see him as a midfielder more than a forward. And yeah, most of those most of those I wouldn't complain about. And then you got Harry Kane, Tammy Abraham up front, and Ivan Toney has made it in. Let's see what part he has to play in this Nations League. And of course, Grealish, Sterling are out wide, as is Bowen and Saka. No room for Jadon Sancho, which I would have personally had him in, but maybe he hasn't shown Southgate. But I think this is a good squad, and big up AD. He loving the support, and feel free to say whatever you want. And yeah, I'll big up whoever else comes in the chat as well. But let's continue on and look up the I'm going to give you my preview to the game. So I think it's going to be a decent affair. England can't get first place. Italy has a small chance of getting there. They're both in somewhat a similar position in what they could do. Just seen that we've got Spanish officials in this game. I don't know what part they'll play. I don't even know how good they are, but this is a good opportunity for England to play their stronger players. If they want to stay up, they sort of do have to win this game. If they don't want to rely so much on the results in the last game. So this is the chance to really put a statement out there, and because if England are playing their best team, they're going to be judged and especially judged how good they will be for this upcoming World Cup. They're away to Italy, which won't be easy, but being away at San Siro is a bit easier than some of the other choices out there because because of the possibility that the Milan fans will get on the back of Donnarumma, that could play into our hands. Yeah, still upset about when he left them for free to PSG. And then England, I think are not going to go too gun-ho here. They're going to, and I imagine they'll be trying out more players here when they use their subs compared to in the Germany game, unless of course England lose this game. But yeah, just have a sip of water a sec. So I do think it'll be a pretty close game. Midfield battle, you'd imagine Italy will probably have the advantage with Verratti and Barella compared to, say, Bellingham and Rice. And Bastoni right on the right side will be a big threat against whoever we play at left back, who haven't played much this season. And Scamacca might be dangerous for Italy too. I don't know if he's going to start over Immobile, but but we'll see. And fairly solid defense. Italy, being at home, they got a good chance of winning or drawing this game. And then for England, you got no new comments here. For England, I think this is going to be a big chance to get a result here, get the win, in fact, and show how good they are. Because I think you should, given the scenario, despite there's being 28 players, I think England should go strong in both. For me, this does depend on who plays in goal, because I have no trust in Ramsdale whatsoever. I still remember the goals, the errors he made against Hungary, 2 or 3. He was responsible for, and whenever England were counterattacked, he never looked like saving in a one-on-one. I think if we've got Nick Pope and maybe Dean Henderson, although he's been struggling, but certainly Nick Pope, I think England do have a better chance of winning. If Ramsdale's playing and he makes an error, then I think that will encourage England to be more attacking. I would expect Rice, Sterling, Kane to all start. And I'm going to go into the lineups now. This is my lineup. This is not exactly what I predict. So got Nick Pope in goal because I think he's been on the best form so far, and also I probably trust him the most of all the keepers. Doing well at Newcastle, he's tall. The only disadvantage he might have is he's not as good at playing at the back as, say, Ramsdale and Henderson, but what he's got is enough. Could go Trippier at right back, but I'll go Kyle Walker because I think probably the best option. And then centre backs, I think it's got to be Tomori and Maguire. Definitely Tomori. Maguire, if there was some other defense, if Stones was available, you wouldn't be picking him. You wouldn't be picking Maguire. But you're left with Connor Cody. Not sure if he'd be exactly the best pairing with. He's a bad defender, but I can't see it with him and with Tomori and Cody. But and for Mark Guy, don't play him whatsoever. I don't trust him. And so I think this sort of does make sense in terms of what's available. And Maguire and Tomori did play with each other against Italy, so they've had some experience of being with each other. And Ben Chilwell at left back. I think he's the best left back available to us. And standout moment this season was when he'd managed to get an unexpected goal against West Ham in that 2-1 win for Chelsea. Rice and Bellingham in midfield, that seems like the best options there. Henderson and Ward-Prowse don't hold a candle, and I don't think Phillips would be the best option to get there either. So ahead of Bellingham and Rice, for that matter. Phil Foden got in the cam position. I think that's where we get the best out of him. The speed, passing, the way he can use the midfield position and feed the attackers. I think got to go with him. Mason Mount probably will start. Whether that means Foden goes out wide or doesn't start, it could be. But I think Mount, he's too slow, not effective with the ball. He did absolutely nothing in the last Nations League, despite playing every game. But yeah, I think I'll get to my predictions soon. Saka, I've got on the right. I'm tempted to put Jared Bowen there, but I guess there's a better chance, and Saka will be there. Then again, there's a better chance that Mount will play here. But I think for experience, I'll say Saka on the right, Sterling on the left, and of course Harry Kane up top. So yeah, now on to my predictions. Oh, we got a Football Journey here. Good evening to you. Get well soon. Get well soon. And let's get to my predictions. Tell you what, if there was this lineup, I'd say 2-0 England, but I do not expect that to go that way. For me, this does depend on who plays in goal. Henderson might not help us that much. If it's Nick Pope, I'm going to go with a 1-0 victory. If it's Ramsdale in goal, I'm going to say 2-2. But I think Southgate, it could go either way on who plays in goal, but I think if he goes by form, and I mean, Pope hasn't had any kind of errors as far as I'm aware that compares to Ramsdale's performance against Hungary, the way Arsenal conceded directly from a corner against Villa, and the fact Ramsdale didn't proactively prevent Gabriel from losing the ball. All it needed was a simple instruction that Mitrovic was behind, or just clear the ball. But no, he just let Mitrovic win the ball, and the goal was in. But I'm gonna give England the benefit of the doubt and say Pope plays. I'm gonna go with an England win here. And the score I'm going to go for is, I am going to say it will be the following. It'll be, I've got Italy 0, England 1. I think it's going to start a bit slow. Especially with like Mount in there, I think Italy will probably have more control in the first half. But if it is, I'll go back to what I might think in the second half. If it is Ramsdale playing, I'm gonna say it will be Italy 2, England 0. I think Ramsdale probably make a mistake, and that might bring England into a more attacking action. But if it's like Nick Pope in goal, then I think they won't play defensive, but I think they'll they'll play a measured, balanced, and I think there's a better chance Mount will start, which I think is going to be a hindrance to us. But I think later in the game, Southgate's going to notice Mount's not helping us very much. Let's get Grealish on, or Foden if he's on the bench, or whoever else is appropriate. And I'm actually going to say Tomori gets the winning goal. 1-0 from a header. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, there's still time. I'm going to give you another 2 minutes or another minute at this point. No, I'll go 2 minutes to give you for you to give me your score prediction. What do you think? What do you expect for the game? Are you looking forward to it? Are you watching it? Yeah, it does depend on, and also England's survival, but England's survival also depends on who plays in goal. But just focusing on this game, yeah, I'm going to go a 1-0 England. I'm going to benefit that the lineup's passable. And yeah, what are your thoughts? I'm going to end it in about 30 seconds. So, yeah. So, yeah, enjoy the game if you're going to watch it. And let's hope England give get a win and a good performance. So, peace out.